What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about England versus Slovenia. So in this game it was a FIFA World Cup qualifying game. So as you may know by now, I'm running a series on my channel and I'm talking about the England games as well. As you can see, this is not my shirt, this is my dad's shirt, and I am hoping getting the actual shirt probably coming up. That's for my birthday. So in this game, England had to win by I don't know, a few goals or whatever, but we had to get a win to book our place in the FIFA World Cup for next year. Actually, it was 0-0 at half time, and they said if we qualify and there's no goals in it, we will still qualify. But it would have been better if we got the 3 points, and then and also a few goals, obviously. So anyway, let's talk about the starting 11. So starting 11 started with Joe Hart, Walker, Stones, Cahill, Bertrand, Henderson, Dyer, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Sterling, Rashford and Kane. So you could say the lineup was okay. Obviously, I was saying here I don't have a clue from the changes from the last game against Slovakia. So I've got no clue of what the changes were. Basically, we all know that Dele Alli had a suspension for one game, and then he had to pay like £3,850 for his thing, the middle finger thing that the TV picked up. So yeah, let's talk about the game. So we knew that we needed to get off with a quick start. The movement was good. I think we had great composure on the ball. We were showing great skill on the ball, and then the players like Rashford and Sterling that had a lot of pace, they would sit these Slovenians players on the floor, and then you had all these Slovenians, they were pulling in, they were very dirty, to be fair, very dirty, because the tackles were very dirty as well. So, all I'm saying is I think England played really well for the first 5 minutes, and then all the pundits and everyone was just saying, and even people back at home would have been thinking, oh yeah, this game is boring. I have to admit that because that's what you get from England. You know, we're boring as well, so we need to really lift up the game. You know, so I have to admit it myself. Really, yes, the game wasn't the best, but we have to capitalise on that for the next game against Lithuania. So, yeah, but really, England were more in control of the game. England were putting Slovenia on pressure at times when we had the ball. We were creating loads of chances at goal, just none of them were putting away, really. Harry Kane on free kicks. Yes, we know he's a striker. Strikers, because you would think that they would be able to put something at goal, but to have a striker probably on set pieces is a bad idea. He can probably score free kicks from like 15 to 20 yards, but maybe like 25 to 30 yards, and there's no way. We had to keep up with the tempo for sure. All the pundits were saying at half time it was boring. Yes, I have to admit it was boring. But at the same time, we were creating loads of chances, and we just couldn't put these chances away at goal, really. And the keeper was just too good. Oblak, if that's how you say his name, plays for Atletico Madrid. Decent goalkeeper. You can't get wrong with him. We couldn't break him down really until the last minute of the game, really. So yeah, I have to admit it was boring. It was passing it out wide, and then we were passing it out wide and getting all the crossings in. Crossings weren't that very good because just couldn't get past the first man, really. I think it was just, you would say, I'll get to near to the end of the first half. Bertrand and Walker are moving further up the pitch a lot deeper, so they could use them to get either side and to bring in and cross in a load of balls as well. Slovenia created chances when the defence wasn't there, but we had to rely on players like Henderson and Dyer to help out the defence. But if you think about it, they're both CDMs, which means they have to help out the midfield, but they also have to come back when they're putting pressure on us and to help the defenders at the back. Slovenia created a lot of chances as well when we lost possession. England were just doing the same exact thing how we were playing from the start of the game. The goalkeeper for Slovenia, Oblak, is a hard case. Yeah, like I was saying, he's a hard goalkeeper to break down. We had to get a goal past him to figure out the way and then go for his weaknesses. We were basically all around them, really. Well, I wouldn't say, but I would say the first 5 minutes were the best really out of England, and then suddenly we just dropped. Tempo wasn't that good of the game, so we needed to lift that game up in the second half. Overall, I would say in the first half you could say it was poor, it was boring, and they just need to lift up the game for the next game against Lithuania. So they're gonna have to, if they played how they played in the first 5 minutes and did that for the rest of the half, we would have nailed that half, and we couldn't score against Slovenia. Yes, you guys might be saying England were a lot better than Slovenia. Guys, Slovenia are a decent side, so get to your heads. So according to the second half, according to the first half, it felt like we were creating chances. You could say it was boring. It was, yeah. So we wanted to get off with a good start again. Slovenia had some early chances at goal. We needed quicker tempo in the second half. When we were on the attack, we needed to put as much pressure on as possible on Slovenia. If Slovenia were on the attack, we would have to get back into position as quick as possible and regain possession as quick as possible. In the second half, we were giving the ball out to likes of Walker, Bertrand, Rashford and Sterling to use all the pacey players and also to get it out wide and to get some crosses into the box. England, we were creating chances at goal, but they were either scuffing it, putting it wide or shanking it. So it really leaves that we weren't clinical enough at goal, which is something that we need to work on in training for the next game against Lithuania. They were absolutely everywhere. Me and Tom, we were on Skype and we were like, they got to do a lot better at goal. And at that point, I was like, they need to bring on another striker, and then you go and bring on a defender and somebody else. So, but it did anyway. Yeah, Slovenia were getting possession at times, made us uncomfortable at the back, and had some great chances at goal. But we did panic at times when they were putting pressure on us, and they had some really good chances to get a goal as well. I have to admit that as well. So, yeah, I felt like Rashford and Sterling, when they were getting the ball, they were messing around a bit, and and they also had players on them. So if they were messing around with the ball, they had the pressure on them. So yeah, they were messing around, but it's the pressure that was on them. So they needed someone that was more open and had more space and more time to have a crack at goal, really. And we didn't have many chances like that in the game as well. It did take us a long time. Me and Tom were thinking England were going to settle in for a draw. I didn't want to draw, really. And all of a sudden, yes, you can have a laugh and a joke because England were playing crap. We were playing stupid fan invasion. That was just because of the atmosphere in the stadium, I would imagine, because England were playing poor. But I think that was poor from the fans, and everyone was more interested about this fan that ran on the pitch and just filming on their phones. But obviously the person who ran on the pitch will get done for that, really. I'm actually disappointed from the England fans as well at the stadium because they weren't singing or chanting, or they were getting up from the seats and thinking, oh, Jesus, we've just done this, we've done that, But they weren't singing or chanting or anything like that. So I expect a lot more from the away fans when they go to Lithuania, really. So it also annoyed me during the game when they were throwing paper planes. Yeah, yes, you can do it for a laugh and a joke, but things like that, England might have to pay for something like that, and it depends how the FA react to that as well. because the FA, you never know what the FA can do with something like that, and they'll hate that for sure. And yes, you can, like I was saying, you can have it for a laugh and a joke, but yes, we were playing crap, but you can't just go and throw things on the pitch, you know. It's just out of order, really, and the club can actually get done for that as well. So yes, we were playing crap, and at the end of the day, guys, we bloody won right at the last minute. So every bloody fan was over the moon that we got a goal, but that goal was crucial. It was very crucial. So yeah, Slovenia were a decent team, to be fair. Yes, I know we should have scored more goals than one goal, but that's football. We have to move on. So, but at the same time, I felt like we needed to score. I felt like Gareth Southgate should have brought on a striker instead of, to help out Harry Kane, but instead he brought on Michael Keane. That went 3 at the back, so we changed the formation. There were 6 added minutes in injury time. The moment finally came for us. We had to be patient for it. But as you saw at the beginning of the video, we finished 1 goal. It finished 1 goal to us. Yes, it could have been more goals, but that's Slovenia. Slovenia are a decent side, so let's talk about the goal. The goalkeeper for Slovenia, Oblak, messed up and threw it straight out to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker managed to get the ball to his feet. It was a great run. It was a great cross to Harry Kane. Kane got a touch on the ball, and the ball went over the line. I couldn't believe it. I said to Tom, England will get a last-minute goal, and I called it, and I got it right. So yeah, we got the 3 points. We are finally through to the FIFA World Cup 2018 in Russia. We got the clean sheet. We are top of the table, and all I say, we can't get up this time because it was a shocker in 2014. So we can do. I think England can do this, but if we pull up our socks and get our thick heads doing it, I know it wasn't the best of performances, but we did it. We did it well, and we finished it off. We just have to capitalise on the next game and come back stronger against Lithuania, really. So yeah, I know it's a disappointing game. I know people would have thought it was boring. I know we were playing crap at times, but that's England, guys. You know, we play like that all the time, really. But to play teams like against Slovenia, you would expect a few more goals. Yes, I know, guys, but it's probably just because the lack of players as well. They were probably knackered as well. So that's all we could do against them, really. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Put a comment down below of what you think you want me to improve on these videos. Man of the match, I'm just going to give it to Harry Kane because he just got the goal for us. Yeah, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in a new video on Monday, and peace.